is Lucanio, and welcome to our newest episode of Cars Only 663. So today I'm going to be focusing on my standout qualities on the new generation Audi A6, the new generation. So the first thing that I'd like to point out, quick disclaimer, I am not a car expert, car dealership owner, or a motoring journalist. I do not offer professional car advice. So if you're looking for professional car advice, please do so through the relevant channels. So I'm merely pointing out my personal opinions and perspectives of these cars. So the first standout quality for me on the new generation Audi A6 is the interior. So the interior also has been redesigned, restyled also. And another thing that you might notice is that now from the previous generation, there's a huge difference in the infotainment screen setup. Now you have these two massive screens on the center console surrounded by this shiny looking metallic material. And that to me is a real standout quality for me in the interior. Because now there is a slight problem with the setup, is that it can be a little bit distracting. It can take away your focus from the road, especially considering the position of these two split screens on the center console, because they sit a little bit lower, so you might constantly need to remove your focus on the road and direct it to these screens to control certain functions through them. It can be a little bit distracting, but there is a system to combat that, which is the voice commands and etc. But from the previous generation, I love this setup, because on the previous generation Audi A6, what you realize is that you had this deployable screen, infotainment screen, and that infotainment screen is really not supported by anything. And you can duck it away in just a click of a button if you want to, but sometimes you might not remember to duck that screen away. So if it so happens that maybe you send your daughter or your son to fetch a phone for you, or to fetch a book and etc., and they might accidentally break that screen because it's freely standing or freely suspended, and when you touch it, it moves. So for me, this setup to me is absolutely delicious. They've completely revolutionized their interior design. Audi, I do really give it to you. I love the stitching along the dashboard. I love the stitching on the steering wheel. I love the shape of the steering wheel. It has these huge boulders which protrude inward, kind of make the steering wheel easy to handle and makes it easy to maneuver the car on the highway. So absolutely love the interior of this car. There are some high quality materials, shiny materials in the car. The seats are nice and comfortable and etc. And there's plenty of legroom at the front, and I love also that it has the full-on Audi virtual cockpit. So I love the overall interior of the car. So that is one of my standout qualities on the new generation Audi A6. Standout quality for me is the rear wheel steering. So the rear wheel steering feature basically turns the back wheels in the opposite direction to the front wheels at low speeds for easy maneuverability and for easy handling, or for easy parking through tight spaces. It makes the car almost as maneuverable as the 2015 Audi A3. Considering the fact that this car is a bit longer and it's a bit wider, it might be difficult to park this car around tight spaces. But because of that feature, it makes it a little bit easier, because this feature also can allow the back wheels to move in the same direction as the front wheels at high speeds for more stability and control, and for easy handling on the road. So it makes it easier to move this thing around bends and etc. This is a feature that I really like, and I find it really handy. You see, new features are now popping up in this new age, the age of the millennials. So I love this feature. It is absolutely handy, absolutely important, absolutely functional. For me, I love this feature. And another standout quality for me is the LED matrix headlights. I mean, Audi has really done it with the headlamps. So you see, when you turn on the headlamps, the lighting does some sort of a smooth, cute dance. Even when you turn off the car, it has some cool animations in the game. In fact, I think this setup on the headlamps has the coolest animations in the game. So unlike other cars, when you turn on the car, it takes a little bit of time for the lighting to be completely done, and it takes a little bit more time to switch off the lights completely on the car when you switch off the car. Absolutely amazing. In fact, Audi is the only car brand that I know that has this feature fitted on its cars. I don't know if there's any other brand that has this feature in their cars. Those cool, shiny, dancing lights in the headlamps, and even at the rear, on the tail lamps, does this cool animation effect that happens when you turn on the car and when you turn off the car. I absolutely love it. So that's one of my standout qualities on the new Audi A6, the new generation Audi A6. Those are one of my standout features. I absolutely love it. So another quality is the overall exterior design of the car. This car from a distance, it kind of looks like the new Audi A8. In fact, from the distance, it might actually be a little bit difficult to distinguish them or to set them apart because they look really similar, especially the overall shape of these two cars. But I love the overall exterior design of this car. I love this 3D chrome strip that almost runs the entire width of the car and passing through the tail lamps makes the car a little bit wider and sit a little bit lower. I love the strong creases along the side of a car, make the car a little bit wider and delicious looking. Really, I love those strong sharp edges on the side. They make the car stand out a little bit from the rest of the other ordinary cars on the road. I love it. But the problem, what I don't like, is these fake exhaust looking things at the back. So the exhaust are hidden behind the exhaust pipe is actually hidden beneath these shiny looking exhaust resemblances, whatever. So that's what I don't like. But on the whole, I love the exterior body design of this car. So to anyone who designed this car, whether you're in Padua, you're in Rome, you are in Germany, Zwickau, or Ingolstadt, or you're in the United States, I really give it to you. I love your work. The last standout quality for me on the new generation Audi A6 is the auto brake feature. So the auto brake feature automatically turns a vehicle's braking system on when necessary. So basically what happens is that at low speeds, if the driver fails to apply the brakes in time, the car can brake on its own to avoid bumping into things. And that's a really handy feature. I mean, you wouldn't want to get a huge dent on this beautiful, expensive, shiny looking machine because it would really cost you a lot of money to reinstate this car's initial condition or state. And another thing is you wouldn't want to pay huge chunks of fines because you've put a huge dent on someone else's cars. People do drive expensive cars out there and they might sue you or take you to court or take you to the automotive industry or even force you to pay huge amount of money because people own expensive cars and they do not want scratches and dents on their cars. So this is a really handy feature. It also takes safety into consideration. But of course, some of these features do not come as standard with the car. Some of them come with special separate packages, so you might need to pay a little bit extra to get these features fitted into your car, to also kind of individualize your car. But on the whole, I love what they've done on the new generation Audi A6. I absolutely love it. So if you did like this video, please do click on the like button. Do hit me up in the comment section. Tell me, what do you think about the new generation Audi A6, and what do you think they could have done to make the car better for you? What do you think they could have done? Where do you think they've missed the mark? Where do you think they've missed the point? And what else do you think they could have added on this car so that it can be a little bit better than most cars in its class? So if this is the first time watching this video on this YouTube channel, please do subscribe to this channel and turn on all of my notifications to get notified each time I post a new video. So we've come to the end of the video. I do love you guys all. Please take care of yourselves, sanitize, observe social distancing, wear your masks, and etc. All those important COVID-19 regulations. But from me, Lucanio, until next time, please do have yourselves a wonderful week. And from me, I am signing out.